Hey there, this is Rick. I hope everyone's having a great day. Right, the sun is shining and I've got a bit of energy, so I decided I'm going to head out to do a little bit of filming with the new camera. And I thought there's going to be no better place to go for my first shot than that really beautiful river and the bridge called Chiltern Folliat. And I'm just driving through the little village of Chiltern Folliat right now, and hopefully we're going to get some nice scenery, get some nice stills photos, as well as hopefully some video footage. I'm just going to take the video camera. I'm recording on the GoPro at the moment, but when I get out I'm going to switch over to the SLR camera, the digital SLR, and I'm going to carry on filming with that, I think. Also got a new tripod and I'm very impressed with it. It was like under £30, bought it on Amazon, and the picture didn't do it much justice, and I just wanted a basic tripod because the one I've got is sort of falling to bits, and so I decided to get a new one. I didn't want to spend loads of money because I'm still recovering from buying the new camera. And anyway, the tripod arrived this morning, and it's enormous. It was really quite impressive. For I think it was about £27. So I'm probably going to do a review video on it, and I'll let you guys have a really good look at it. Also, I'm looking at building a slider, and I've been looking on YouTube for various slider building ideas, because I think with a digital SLR, I think a slider is going to be a pretty well used bit of kit if I want to do anything even slightly scenery-ish, scenic. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I did look on YouTube for some homemade slider ideas, and most of the stuff I came up with wasn't that practical to do in it. Most of them were sort of made in America, and getting hold of the parts in England a little bit more tricky. But I have come up with a new idea of my own, which I hope will offer an alternative for people living in England, so you don't have to worry about running after plumbing supplies and things that you don't necessarily get that easily in the UK. Am I on? No, I'm okay here, I think. Yeah, plenty of room. Right, I'm actually here. I'm going to have to switch off now, and then I should switch back as soon as the new digital camera is set up. I'll just show you it while I'm here, actually. Let's just take that off. I put that on it just to stop it rolling around on the floor, because it's literally just sat on the floor here. Well, basically what I've got is the Canon EOS 700D, and I've got a Rode video mic on the top, which I'm going to switch on now, because quite often I use it and I'll actually forget to switch it on and I end up with no sound at all. And this is going to record some video, I think, while I'm out here. But yeah, I've finally got used to using it now. Sort of. I'm still working on getting the autofocus right with the video, so hopefully today will be another test. I'm going to set it up on the tripod and hopefully be able to walk around. I'll be using this mic and that mic, and we'll see what's what. But anyway, right, I'll be back in just a second. Right then, there we go. Okay, we are at the Chiltern Folliat bridge, and all the weeds I can see have died away now. There used to be loads and loads of weeds just kind of floating around here, and they've completely gone, and so we've got this lovely crystal clear water. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I can see a fish down there. I can see looks like a crayfish as well, and there's a swan and lots of wildlife going on over there. So I think I'm going to come and grab the camera and have a look over there as well. Come see. Beautiful scenery, Very, very nice. You get the thing in focus, that'll be nice. Come on, focus. Focus, focus. There we go. Took its time, but we got there. That's as far in as it will go on this lens, but I have got a 50 to 200 lens on the way, so hopefully that should be good for these kinds of shots. But it's a very, very peaceful place to be, this. Very enjoyable, very nice. And there's a stills photo. I don't know if it actually took a photo then or what. Actually, if it takes a photo, I think the video pauses for a minute, in which case I'm wondering whether the soundtrack has paused and we've ended up with a discrepancy in the sound. I'm just going to stop this just to be on the safe side, and then I'll start it up again. See you in a minute. Now, a lot of people keep asking me about the Brittany mic and how I work with it. Basically, it's plugged into a Zoom H1. Now, the problem with the Brittany mic, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Basically, I've had to strap it on with a bit of sellotape because the actual mic itself was designed for a Sennheiser system, and it came with a screw thread on the top, mounted on the top of the 3.5mm jack. Now that kind of ring around there, I haven't been able to get it off, and what that means is it's not completely pushed into the little device. This is a 90-degree adapter I've got here, so I've had to just kind of hold it in with some tape, but it does a good job, that's fine. But I couldn't find an over-ear mic without this ring piece on here, which is a little bit annoying. I'm sure they exist, but I wasn't able to track one down. But yeah, it's just literally plugged into the Zoom H1, and obviously as I start the camera and the H1 at the same time, then I do a clap, and then that little spike on the audio track I match up on the video track with the moment my hands come together, and then hopefully you've got synchronized sound. In fact, I don't even need to use this right now because I can use the in fact, it would be an interesting comparison actually with the Brittany mic. I'm going to turn the Brittany mic off now, and now you're just hearing from the Rode video mic, which is bolted on the top, and it's got a very dead cat on it. But hopefully, actually it's going to be interesting to see the kind of sound difference we've got going on here, because obviously the Rode video mic is going to get a bit of the ambient sound as well, whereas this seems to have a very, very narrow capture area and you just get my voice. For example, when I was driving along in the van, the actual sounds of the van were very, very quiet, because I know that from doing it before, using this before. Right, well, being here, I feel a little bit inspired to take some stills now, so I think that's what I'm going to do. But while I'm outside here, I am going to just move away from the camera and just see whether or not the focus is following me or not. You don't get much depth of field when you're set to wide angle, so if I zoom in a little bit, that's when your depth of field starts happening. So hopefully the camera, if I go up and touch that screen, what I had noticed a couple of times is the camera suddenly just stopped focusing. I think it's done it now. It's the autofocus is just, I'm clear here, but as I move back I just get blurry, and the autofocus isn't keeping up with me. So although it's following me, I can see I'm blurry on the screen there. See, these are the things I have to figure out, and I don't know what the solution is at the moment, unless I just kind of back off a little bit with the lens. No, I'm still blurry. So if you've got any ideas how to overcome this, I couldn't find anything on it in the manual. So yeah, I'm actually blurry right now. It's like the autofocus has just stopped working, and there's obviously got to be some sort of a reason for it, but I don't know what that reason is. Now, the other day I tried, I had exactly the same problem, and then as soon as I pressed the stop button, it just kind of all went a bit blank, and I actually ended up having to take the battery out and put the battery back in again for it to all start working again, which to me is not good. There are no firmware updates for the 700D at the moment, so I don't know quite what to do. I'm definitely using the right SD card. I got a brand new card in it this morning, which is a class 10, so it's not that. But if you've got any ideas how I can get this autofocus working on the Canon 700D, I would be very interested, because it has, I think it's just stopped. So I'm not entirely sure what to do about that. Let me start it again. I'm going to stop this recording and I'm going to start again. Okay, I'm going to start again, but I'm only using the mic there, and the autofocus is tracking my face, but it's not focusing. I've definitely got it switched to autofocus. Maybe if I switch it to manual focus and then switch back over to autofocus. Nope, nothing. These things are sent to try us, aren't they? Nope, that's not working, is it? Okay, I'm going to switch the camera off and switch it on again and see what happens. Nope, I had to take the battery out and put the battery back in again, and now it's started to focus again. Now I'm really hoping this is not a fault with the camera. I'm really hoping it's something I'm doing, but I've experienced this problem a couple of times now while recording with this 700D, and it's kind of quite annoying. It's getting a bit annoying. I really don't want to have to send the bloody thing back, but yeah, I don't know. If you've got any ideas, do feel free to let me know. Also, for the people who have told me about Magic Lantern, let me just wind the tripod up a bit. There we go. I don't have to crouch down now. Magic Lantern is not available yet for the 700D. It only goes up to the 600D. So, unfortunately, I cannot add Magic Lantern to the firmware at this time. So there we go. Let me just see if I zoom right out. Is it? Yeah, it's focusing now. So let me zoom right in again, and this is about as far away as I can walk and still see the screen. But it's I'm just going to use this as a test to see whether or not it's focusing on me or not. But anyway, it's going to be really annoying if I have to take the battery out and put it back in again every time it does this, because if, for example, I'm doing a time-lapse photography, then what's going to happen is I'm going to have to disturb the camera in order to take the battery out. So say, for example, I want to do a time-lapse of the sky, especially at night. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. Also, the person who asked me how long will the video record for in single amounts, it will record for 29 minutes and 59 seconds, and then it will stop, so then you have to record it again. Right then, that's pretty conclusive. I've just gone back to having a little play with the camera, just, you know, without all the gubbins, with literally just the camera on its own, and the camera keeps locking up. As soon as I go into video mode and I can get one little bit of footage filmed, and then it all just seizes up, nothing works. All of a sudden the focus suddenly just stops working, whether it's in manual focus or autofocus, and quite often I'll switch it right off, and then I'll still have a readout on the screen at the back when everything should be off. And I've had a few errors come up saying, you know, please reinsert the battery. And I've managed to fix it every time just by pulling the battery out and putting the battery back in again. But I'll be damned if I'm going to be doing that, you know, every time I want to take a picture. So it looks like I may be sending this one back and get my money back on it. I don't want to faff about with warranties and sending it away to be fixed and stuff like that. I'm just going to send it back. This is one of the reasons I bought this camera through Amazon, because they have a very, very good returns policy. And so I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to send it back to Amazon, get my money back, and then I will buy a new one probably from the same place. I think that makes sense to me. Although saying that, I may even be tempted with a 650D, because I realise they're about £100 cheaper for a 650D if you can get hold of one, and they're pretty much the same camera. So I don't know, but I'm really glad I came out here today just to get some proper hands-on experience with the new camera, so I know exactly what's what. I've taken a load of photographs with it, and no doubt I'll put them up on my Facebook page. May put some, tag some on to the end of this video if they're any good. And there we go. So that's it from this video. Slightly disappointed, but also kind of not disappointed, if you see what I mean. So we shall see what happens in the next few days, but I may end up having to sorry, I'm getting looked at here. I may end up, let's say, having to send the camera back, but I will get another one, because I've got loads and loads of spare parts for it now that I've bought and ordered. So I'm still determined to have one, but it looks like I might have got a Friday afternoon one. So which is a shame, but I'm sure they can't all be the same. If they are, then I'll think about the 650D instead of the 700 and save myself a bit of money as well. But we shall see. Okay, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next video from whatever camera it happens to be. Take care.